Uncle Stewie, what
Howdy
up,
doody.
my friend?
What's happening?
You say howdy doody?
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody, friend.
Howdy, howdy doody, y'all.
Dub dub double chuck barbecue grill.
What are we grateful for today?
Man, I'm grateful for failing, which means I am very grateful. Very grateful
Because I fail every day.
every day. Now, man, I look at the some of the biggest things in our business and our lives, and failure really, um, some people's measure of failure, I'd say, really propelled us to do a lot of things that we're doing, dude. Our failure of choosing a good turnkey company, the investments that we made, and people would look at those probably negatively, and dude, for me, man, it's all about the fact that it drove us to start a company. My house in Hawaii, that failed investment was something that drove education. I learned a ton from it. Some of our worst projects that we've done have been our biggest learning points. I mean, dude, failure is as long as you fail, get back up and keep pressing, man. It's really what drives you. Read any book, talk to any entrepreneur. Failure really is woven in throughout their greatest successes. So I'm actually pretty grateful for failure.
Yeah, it's kind of is it's counterintuitive for sure, but what I think we've both seen is failure really drives success because you take those lessons learned from it and it makes you stronger. And then it also kind of gets you over that fear, because there's definitely a fear of failure from a lot of people. And I think once you kind of understand that you are going to fail, and it's just how you fail and how you react to that failure is what really drives you forward. So yeah, man, every time something happens, I think now you and I are the reactions that come from failing, or like trials, tribulations. I think we now treat it differently. Like we just recently we had something that happened in our business, and instead of like freaking out and like making some like huge deal about it and acting like it's the end of the world, we're just like, okay, well, how are we gonna deal with it? How are we gonna learn from it? Let's move on.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important.
No, man. I think that fear piece is a great point, because once you get past that fear of failure, I mean, it opens up so many different doors. It opens you to be a very proactive individual, and man, I think people are unstoppable when they get past that. It's pretty awesome. I mean, I try to encourage my kids to do things to stretch themselves and to celebrate their failures, because at the end of the day, they're growing and they're stretching from it. And you get that, if you get that mindset early, man, I mean, you could
Yeah,
have a life of influence, and it could be
yeah. Well,
incredible.
that's
So
actually interesting because I think there's an entrepreneur, there's a female. I think she's like I don't know her name, the CEO of Spanx. I think
Spanx, yeah, yeah, yeah,
she like said like every time they sit down for dinner with their kids, they ask what you failed at today.
yeah,
That's pretty cool. I like that.
yeah. Because what's her husband, Jesse something? I don't remember either one of the names,
Itzler,
but
Itzler.
Itzler, and
Yeah,
he started that private jet renting leasing company, whatever he does. And now both, I mean, just an incredible. Obviously, those two people, like, uh, you know, if they would not be considered failures by any measure,
yeah,
and yet their path to that great success was was I would say marred by failure. It wasn't marred. It was blessed by failure. It was enhanced and enabled by failure. So yeah, man, two pretty good examples to uh, you know from a business perspective to strive for that. So pretty
yeah.
awesome stuff. So go fail today, buddy.
Let's go
Not too
fail
badly
today.
though. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.